Okay, greetings. Right. I'm going to messages into Q&A. So blessings. Here we go. Mhm. Greetings. This is Archangel Raphael. Blessings to you. There, yes, as you can see, there's the dynamic shifts going on in your timelines, at least your world timeline. At least with your Israel situation, yeah, there's a lot of manipulation there. So obviously, you're not getting the full story of that. It is just another distraction, of course. It's basically a mafia type of energy going on there. To just, it's a lot of control going on in that area to a split. It is changing. We do see Israel becoming, or that whole area becoming a little more peaceful, but they're going to have trouble. They don't, a lot of them don't want peace. So it's not the villain, and that isn't always the villain, though. Just obviously, I think you already know. But yes, there's just going to be continuous change. So not every day, but it's going to find its way to you because, and a lot of this is designed, of course. But this is waking up a lot of hard-headed people. So expect the unexpected, of course. That's all we can say there. Just sending you healings as you go into a transformation. Some of you are already made a transformation, but others need a boot, a kick there, as you can see. Greetings to you. We are the Anunnaki priesthood. We are speaking because we do believe that your artifacts, not necessarily Anunnaki connected artifacts to your past, are going to be revealed in some time in your future. Don't have a timeline, but we'll give you more of the context to your past and become more worldwide, where it will not be ignored. There's little discoveries here and there, but we do feel there'll be a great discovery one day, and people will start to look at things a lot differently than they do today. So obviously, we don't come through very often for something like that to speak on something. Now we don't have a timeline for it because your world is foggy when it comes to that. So we'll just put the energy out there. So blessings. Greetings to you. I am a Venetian. I am from Venus. Blessings to you. We are, yes, part of your society. There are some Venetians that have had difficulties understanding the human race in your past. We are very connected to much of your animal culture. Some of your, what would you say, the animals? Keep that general. However, energies are in Africa, of course. we are, yes, when light beings were being seen on your planet very clearly, when you have enormous amount of alien energies, part of the raising of society. Of course, we had to disappear because humans had to go through their own growth. Of course, we can no longer help, but of course, we're assisting ever so often, especially as in biblical texts and through the skies. So the reason we are here, yes, is to, you're not necessarily coming to peace at this time just yet. The world needs kind of like an internal war it's going through, but an eternal awakening is happening among many from what we see. Yes, many are getting an idea of what kind of world they signed up for. So many truths are coming through, as you can see. But we're also here to answer your questions whenever you're ready.
Oh, blessings.
Yes, yes,
Greetings, Venetian beings. Thank you for coming in.
yes.
Up first this evening, we have Daria.
Hey there, Venetians.
Greetings.
Greetings. So, do you maybe have a message for my 3D perspective?
Well, your 3D, well, your astral perspective is more clear than your 3D perspective.
Okay, okay.
Well, your astral perspective, there are, yes, several planets. Actually, Venus is one that you bring energies to this planet. There's many Venus versions of Venus you're connected to. Some of them are dragon worlds. Of course, they're not seen in this reality, but in your physical, you're just being patient with humanity, is all I see there. Maybe too patient, or but there's not much you can do when a society doesn't want to it doesn't want to change, it just wants to stay the same way.
It's like I feel like I'm gathering information of the hard
Yeah.
headed, and I want to beat them in another way.
Well, it's also, well, you're almost like a security guard. And it's almost like a bunch of wild animals that don't want to change.
Yeah.
That's another way of yeah. They show you as security, and I mean those can come to you and find you if they want to change or develop themselves more. But obviously, that's not happening.
Yeah. And also, I've been feeling with the security thing that I've been doing that on other planets as
Yes.
well. So it's kind of thing that I might be doing again here. But
Well, it's the picture I get is like you're like an oracle of information, but nobody's coming up to you because
yeah, they're not ready for that.
they don't want anything.
Nah, I mean, they. I can understand why, because once you get in information, it means you have to work on yourself, and
No.
it's loaded, and then might be a lonely road, or yeah.
Mhm. Well, that's why
But
alcoholism was developed so they can go avoid their problems.
oh, nice,
Well,
isn't
alcohol
it?
has a lot of reasons why people reincarnate again. It's like a sign of if they're doing a lot of alcoholism, that shows they're probably going to come back.
Huh?
If they
That's a
quit
good.
alcohol, yeah,
That's a good uh
it's a sign.
point. But yeah, and other what is my connection to you?
We have, yes, various different worlds. One of them is, so my friend, we do have different types of Venus worlds. One of them is actually a pig world.
Hmm.
And yes, you may connect to that humanoid pig world. So let's put it this way: a lot of your skin on this planet, the DNA has a lot of our, some of our contribution to it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So,
cool,
and you're,
cool.
and yeah, there's a lot of secrets within Venus. Someone feel they see a Venus in a certain way of looking, and yeah, it might be angelic in some ways, but it can also be rough, like gangster style. It's
Yeah,
not always pleasant. But
yeah.
that way.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, and
Yes.
have a cool channeling.
Blessings.
Bye.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got Stephen.
Hello, Venusians.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. Much love.
Mm.
I'd love to also, connect with my Venusian aspects and energies I have with y'all. And I know that I have like a farm or something on Venus, and I don't know which version, but I would like to tap into like maybe if I have like more physical like energies and animals and stuff that might be on Venus, a version of that, just more of the history of my connections. Thank you.
There's a canine world of Venus. We are a canine farmer. We are farming like a farmer here. So yeah, it's even wearing like similar clothes, you can say what farmers wear. Um, yeah, there's canine worlds that are very normal to a canine being, but for a human to see that would be very hard to digest. But you've also been there's other canine realities of Venus. Well, in the Venus connection, also you've been in the stars as a Venus being, on ships, known to telepathically or teleport ships from one ship to another. But we do have, you can say, star bases here, but people don't see them. But we are kind of like one of the early contacts of this planet. If we're not, first contact's always going to have a word on that. But Venus energies, you can visualize how we have different versions of us. So as you tap into our energies, but basically we're just keeping your world balanced at this the best we can. This is actually doing pretty good compared to history.
Sweet, sweet. Thank you. Awesome info. Just second question is if you can just tap in, maybe give me an update on. I seem to be doing a lot of astral travels and going around doing a whole bunch of stuff. Just any messages or updates on to what I've been currently doing to get this world ready for disclosure. Like I had a dream about the plasma being. I believe it was the Arcturians where it was in front of me and it was like it was shifting shape and forms, and then I saw these big ships land, like double decker ships that are landing on Earth. It's crazy. Thank you.
Yes, we can. Yes, we're going to say the Arcturians on higher dimensional planes. You're teaching humans how to understand, or alien humans how to understand this Earth. You also go to other Palladian worlds and teach Palladian worlds that can't assist this planet that feel too primitive, but can actually understand humans better than other Palladians that are in a higher dimensional form. So, and you do work in the dream world often, as you know, because you connect to the Palladians and other beings. We'll just use the Palladians for example. So you tap into, talk to them astrally. They're like, "Oh, we're not really sure about that." Okay, we're gonna show up on your world in a couple of days. Oh, well, sure about that. I'm not sure if we can do that. And then you just show up. And show up on their planet and say, "Oh, everybody had a dream of you." And it's like there's a lot of reluctant beings to help this planet, but a lot of them can help it evolve to a higher dimension. So you're hoping there's several other species that if they incarnate here, they could push things along even faster. That's what you're doing. It's like, I have an incarnation here. Why can't you have one? So, lessons.
Yes, yes, I definitely feel that. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Logan.
Greetings to you.
Greetings.
For my first question tonight, I had a dream where there was a white cat flying around not too far away from my house, and I was observing him flying, just doing his thing, and then he finally decided to fly right up to me. I was able to see in detail his like color changing eyes, and then I turned to look behind me, and I saw maybe about 11 metallic spheres 200 feet off the ground, and then the whole dream shifted to nighttime and they were red orbs of light, that then made patterns in the sky and symbols and shapes. I'd just like to know, are there any messages from these beings that contacted me?
Well, yeah, they're just showing you how they're working at astral, shifting the Earth's energy. There's only so much they can do here. That's why I have an incarnation here. So they're working through you of how to connect with others, how to talk. So you can say those little light energies. The red ones is, you can say there are people here that you're going to meet, or if you have not met them already. So they're basically a representation of souls. As the Earth, as you go further into your life, you'll most likely feel like you've met one of them or two of them at least. Not saying you're gonna meet all of them, but you'll meet at least one or two. And some of them are hard headed.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
Thank you. For my second question, are there any messages from any of my guides?
But yes, you're uncomplicating a lot of difficulties that friends are going through, but also yourself. You're making some clarity within your own direction. So, one moment. We do see a type of farming or visiting a farm or some kind of nature place you'll go to in your future. Like even live by, a rural area sometime. I'm not sure if you live in one now, but definitely in your future, as the world becomes a little bit more strange. So,
Yes, thank you. Very cool. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we got Liz. Oh, perhaps Liz dropped out. All right. Hopefully she makes it back. All right. We'll move on to Dragon then.
Hello.
Oh no, Liz is there.
Hi.
Sorry about that.
yes, greetings.
Greetings. Sorry. Um, what can you tell me about what I've been doing in astral? I have a weird dream last night,
Well, it
and
seems like it's a lot of secret ops, like very, yes, covert. We do see your energies around Africa a lot recently, due to the corruption that is there. So there is going to be like a revealing of corruption by the United States, but a lot of the corruption that comes from Africa that goes into the United States, though, and that goes to the British Crown also. So revealing darkness in your USA through other origins, point of origins, and Africa is reasons because that's a Anunnaki energy. So you can say deep underground bases, things like that, if you want to go into that direction. So it just hasn't been the time yet for it. Well, it's being revealed now, but I feel like they're going to go deeper from what we see.
makes sense.
Yeah, they want the elephant in the room for people to actually see it instead of just ignore it, which they have been doing for some time. So this timeline that people you're going through, it's kind of like a blindfold that was unexpected but necessary. So, yeah, we do feel after all this is done, but a lot of the corruption is revealed. It's going to take some time, not forever. The world will become lighter. We do see some arrests though, but we're not sure who exactly yet. It will be done publicly.
Good.
Not mass arrests.
No.
Sometimes you just need a few. Yes, go ahead, please.
Well, people need to have some hope and
Yes.
something happening.
Well, this is getting everyone's attention where things are going right now. That's the point. But it's going to take some time for it to reveal its agenda. It's not done yet.
Taking sweet time, actually.
Yes. Well, it's like a
Hope
turtle.
it's my
Speed of a turtle.
lifetime too.
Yes.
Very good.
Well, because there's a lot of moving parts. That's why.
Yeah, very
And
complicated.
yeah, and some of the weather problems are done on purpose, especially in California. It's like a drought. That's done on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
can see. So,
Very good. Are we going to be able to avoid this tracking device and stuff that they're going to inject in people? Because I had this premonitory dream very long time ago, and when I 20 years ago, 30 years ago actually. I'm old. And that I was hiding from scanners that were above our heads, people's heads. People couldn't see them, but I could see them.
mhm.
And now we have all of these happening with the virus situation, you know, and it's being
Well,
very
you avoid it, and others just like you know, you will avoid it, and others that want to avoid it will avoid it. Let's put it that way. Many others won't.
choice. It's by choice.
Correct. No.
Yes, because if they make it mandatory, then it's not by choice unless I disobey. Of
Yeah,
course.
it's going to be or it'd be North Korea. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you saw the passport, uh, health passports got mostly shut down. So, but there are some things that won't get stopped. Some people are going to want it, as you know. They want to be
Yes.
controlled
Some people do.
for their safety, as they think it is. False sense of safety.
Yes.
So,
Is there any messages from my my guide?
is there a subject matter like what or?
Well, it's about doing a regressive a memory regression hypnosis. Should I know? Should I actually be conscious about certain things that are hidden in my memory still?
If you want to be, yes. Yes. If you want to go
Okay.
further into your own self, yes.
Okay.
So,
Yes, because I wonder because if it's hidden it's for a reason, but when is it going to be activated? I don't know. You know, so I have broken pieces of memories.
well, yeah, it feels like a couple of years, it seems like. Not yet. It's not
Is
clear
that
when exactly.
for activation?
Yes. Right.
Hmm. Okay.
So, right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Well, hopefully they get some of those clones arrested, at least, even though the real ones are already long gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Up next, we've got Dragon.
Hi, how you doing,
Yes. Greetings.
neighbors?
Yes.
um, my first question is about the potential fifth force that humanity has discovered. The other forces being the strong and weak nuclear force, and the electromagnetic force, which we do a lot with, and gravity. And this fifth force has like only a 1 in 400,000 chance of being a flawed detection. So for most people, that would be pretty confident result. But of course, for scientists, it's not good enough yet. So they're still playing around and trying to get that number better, like a 1 in 5 million chance that it was a mistake. And it was detected with muons, which are basically heavy electrons. They're they're like much heavier than electrons, which is still very light. And they had a weird wobble that didn't make sense from the map that they had run, and it doesn't match our theories and anything. So the only explanation they can come up is that there's a fifth force acting on it. And what I was wondering is there? I know there's other forces, but I'm not sure if this is the actual detection that is supposed to be coming. Is this one of the forces we've been looking for? And is this the other side of the question? Is this a spiritual type of force, or is this just some other force that isn't really? I mean, I know everything's spiritual, but you know what I mean, like something of a psychic nature. Is this just some other force that we haven't detected yet?
Well, yes, there are other forces that have not been detected yet, but one at a time. There are some that are very high vibrational that can do a lot of activations here that the world's not quite ready for it yet. But this is a start into the higher dimensions, basically. Of course, they're going to understand this one. It's going to take some time to understand just this one at this time. So.
Okay, so we basically figured out 3D, but now we're moving up into higher vibrational interactions and stuff that we haven't seen before.
I'm not sure if they understand 3D just yet, but but yeah, they connected to a particle. It'll probably be like 100 years when they really understand it thoroughly. But yeah, they're getting more of a grasp of it. But their belief system shut down a lot of things, as you know. They can do it faster, but their belief system stopped them.
And is this just a natural progression when they're playing with heavier energy, or not heavier, more powerful energies, that they're gonna run into these things?
Yes.
Cool.
I believe they already have an idea, but they don't understand the other ones yet. So.
Cool. So my second question is about the obsession with colonizing Mars, when Venus is not only closer by far, but despite its crushing, I'm talking 3D, of course, despite its crushing atmosphere that would basically crush us into a little, I don't know, tin can's not the right word, but something like
Understood,
that.
yes, pretty much.
There's a layer of Venus's atmosphere that's pretty much hospitable, almost like Earth, just with a little sulfuric acid, so you wouldn't want to stay outside too long before your eyes would start burning. Probably not burning out, but you would need to go back inside after a while. Protect. If you had like a floating, blimp or something, you'd need to protect it from the sulfuric acid. But that's not really a big deal. And it's not a concentration of it that's deadly if you don't stay outside too long. Like you could even probably go outside for like 10 minutes and, like on some outside deck on the blimp and look around before you'd have to go back in. So that's like a lot better than Mars. And, when I picture Mars, I picture graveyards and stuff. And I think Mars can be really peaceful, but Mars is also really dangerous. And it has a negative energy, like a negative energy history that I sense.
Yes.
And people have channeled that and made the video game Doom, and things like that. So what's with the obsession of Mars, and why don't they pick Venus, where I think if they were spend a lot of time in the atmosphere of Venus, they would ascend pretty quickly or go into higher vibration because the energy's better there.
Yes, well, there are people on Venus, as far as we know. They do have, places there, but of course they're not, and they even have a cure, from what I can see, for the eyes also. When they have so they actually solved some problems there, but of course they're not going to go into deep Yakima. Mars, there's just a lot of karma there. I mean, they don't want to upgrade the Earth's energy. Some do, but a lot of them don't. So they want to continue the war from this. I mean, Mars brought its war here, so humans are taking their war back there. Yeah, it's just a karmic connection there. So it doesn't mean it's going to be fully successful in the public. But it'll, because humans still have to go through their difficulties, their troubles. So that's where Mars fits in. You go to Venus and make that work, it's too easy for some people. But yes, we believe they have accomplished a lot there, actually, but they're not going to make it public, though. So
I think the drive with Mars is more of a like an astral drive that's kind of pushing
yeah.
their physical self, because it doesn't even seem like they've thought it through too much, because for like 5 years they were going to put domes on the surface, which is to me like the stupidest thing you could possibly do, and would only be a temporary thing until you could build something underground. And I sent messages to SpaceX and NASA like every year. I know, use lava tubes, use lava tubes, use lava tubes.
Yes.
And finally, Elon Musk said sometime this year, yeah, we would probably use lava tubes, to put it. It's like, okay, well, you guys are finally thinking. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think they always think it through too much.
No.
Like, even though they do all this engineering, like, that was just common sense. Like, you have a tunnel underground already built for you, and you just have to reinforce it so it doesn't collapse,
Well,
anyway.
I don't believe they fully thought out Mars at all, actually. To them, it's more exciting. On a third-dimensional level, that's where the adventure is. Even if it makes no sense.
They'll be successful, but there's going to be a lot of deaths. That's what
Right.
I see.
For some, I mean, Venus is a tough one too, but that one for them is not challenging enough, I guess.
You
That's
just
so
don't want to fall to the surface.
exactly.
All right, well, thanks.
Yeah.
Much love.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, I've got Marvin's questions. His first question. Question to my Zeta students. What do they suggest on the new lady I like, and how will she perceive flirting with her?
Is this a new lady that he's met, or doesn't? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a new lady I like, he says.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, just conversation is key for that. Just keep conversation going and see where it goes. That's all I can say on that.
All right, sounds like a Zeta answer. All right, thank you for that. Question number 2: Can the Pleiadians give a place or contact for my birthday next Friday on the 21st?
No, just home, or just go outside and drive somewhere if he feels like obligated to go somewhere that's quiet, away from everybody. They're not really giving me a destination. It feels like a place he's been to before, where he feels his most happiest. So it's not at home though; it's somewhere else. It's out in the middle of nowhere, from what it looks like. So blessings.
Okay, thank you. Blessings. Up next, we have Hazel's questions. Her first question, she says, "Hello, Venetians. During meditation, I was shown the word echelon in vibrant green writing on a screen. I was then shown a series of portraits in the same green color of what looked to be something we would see on the wall in a university or government building of past leaders or presidents. Some of these portraits were human, mostly men, and some were not. They were difficult to identify as they faded into each other, with one coming into view while the previous one was fading out. I guess that's it. Left
Well,
it off.
yeah, she saw a future timeline. Some of those portraits were of Martians, actually, that are incarnated as humans. So I feel she's reviewing the future, if we can say. A deep future. Oh, yeah, obviously one that has not really activated itself yet in this lifetime. So it's just basically the lessons that are learned from these individuals. So those are people that she assisted in some form or another. She knows them. So maybe not closely, but she knows. She has an energy exchange somehow. Either advice or she's in the same room as one of them. It might not always be too deep. So, blessings.
Okay, thank you. Your second question. During remote viewing, I was shown an old wooden door in a castle type structure with a door handle that was a crescent moon shape, opening to right. The handle was made of iron with a large protruding nail head. When I went to touch it to open the door, it glowed red hot, and the viewing ended. Am I meant to see what is beyond this door? If so, can you help me with that, please?
Well, the idea is just to see through it. Yeah, you're not there to touch the door, but just to go through it. And yeah, it's kind of off limits, but I believe you will make it through. So visualize all of that whole scenario again and the door itself, and most likely you'll be able to go through it. I believe it's like a warning not to get near it, but that's for that time. I believe in the future you can go through it without a problem. And yeah, it might see some questionable beings behind it, but it's part of the Earth's ascension. Basically, beings that are, I feel, keeping the lock on your reality currently. So it's good she's making this progress. So.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Tristan.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is about a dream. Well, first and second questions. First dream, yes, last night. I was walking through these buildings, architecture, downtown or whatever, and then people were kind of running by with like shooting fire and liquid and blowing up the whole buildings. And then I kind of turned into kind of like being of gold, made of like gold chains and stuff. And during the dream, it was the sense of, okay, we're trying to figure out how did they get here so that to blow up these things, and are they like what happened before this so we can kind of stop it, and are they using part of our chains like that within us, the bits of change was like a DNA whatever. And because I got my vaccine yesterday, I'm wondering if that has something to do with this nice corona thing that's going on in my body, or is
Well,
it not connected?
well, yeah, you can say that. It was another version of Earth of what you saw. Another version of Earth that's causing difficulties here. So you can say that vaccine kind of opened that doorway up. So there's worlds that are more complicated than this one causing trouble here. If you only knew other worlds that are more chaotic than this one, that was one of them.
Okay.
And it's trying to bleed into this reality. Through fear. Like some people feel like it's going to be doomsday. Some people get this vision
Right.
of World War III. That's that type of reality. So it's because of where you're located has a lot to do with it, because it's calm there, so you can kind of go into those realms. And at that time, you feel like you need to go there. So you're actually, as an angelic energy, keeping that realm away from this one.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I definitely I like living where I am and having things be so calm, I must say. Okay. My other question, there's another dream I had last week was it was dream. It was less of a dream. It was more of a vision, actual like connection. Uh, it started with a vision. Somebody said, "Oh, turn to me," and then I said a couple of words, and then And then reality switched right away to I was on a ship. I was like a blue, kind of blue with lighter blue spots, and there was a female energy in front of me, and then there was a guy beside me, and they were talking, and I couldn't understand, so I turned to the. We were all the same, we were all blue whatevers, and I said, "Oh, okay. How about that? I'm now in this reality, whatever." And he looked at me shocked and kind of like a cat that just kind of went, and so then it's like okay, and then we kind of docked or something, and then it turned into walking down into kind of arriving, and then was following the person and said, "Oh, if you get really tall, it will be a lot calmer. So just grow." And so I grew up, and it was like, okay, yeah, you're right. It's nice and calm up here. And then I went back to the mall, and then it was this thing of like trying to get into somewhere. It's like no, can't go there. So I was like, okay, so that is how the law of attraction works. We can't go to places that we're not a vibrational match to. And then we got into a restaurant or a bar, and there was a woman who was drunk, and the person I was with kind of said, "Oh, no, I don't think she is what she appears to be, so let's leave." And like, okay, let's leave. And then, sorry, this will go on for a bit, but I have questions after. So uh, then she kind of followed us away, and then we followed us, and we walked around the corner, whatever. And then there was a whole bunch of police that ran by, and there was like this explosion. It's like I said, okay, and then the guy was saying, well, actually, now that that's over, you shouldn't be trying to worry about figuring these things out. Just trying to be in the present moment. I was like, okay, and so then we've gone to another restaurant, and you're saying, okay, you should not be looking, wor- worry about people's eyes because there's tricksters energies that can kind of, that's how they get to you, and you can check to see if things are round. And so then I I uh, kind of used a spatula to go through what other people were eating, kind of, and I was thinking, wow, that would be really rude in my world, but here no one even noticed. I was checking to see if it was round and whatever. So and then it went on. So the questions that I have was okay. One is, uh, was that woman significant, or was she just another thing? And um, do eyes or trickster energies mean anything? Where is this general sense of, oh, I have to worry about this or not worry about that, is just me as I am right now? That's not the message I should be picking up from these dreams. So,
Well, no. Well, first off, that was a blue Palladian incarnate. Yeah, you walked into another incarnation
oh,
on another
okay.
planet. So you're seeing that
Oh,
reality as a blue Palladian. That's why that being was
okay.
like freaking out because there was somebody else there, and that was you. And they
Okay, so
noticed it.
when I turned to him,
Mhm.
I appeared as I am, as
No,
me.
no, but
No.
you still as you are in that world, but he knew that you were somebody else is in that body.
Oh,
It
okay. Thank you.
was
Okay,
like
that makes
another
sense. Yeah.
version of you. So yeah, so all that was showing vibrations, how vibrations work. In this incarnation, yeah, you're doing what you need to do. You're feeling, yeah, you're coming at more of a peaceful time of yourself to see something like that. So you're really
Okay.
making peace with yourself greatly. So you just understand where these emotions and decisions come from. And that's why they showed you that. So it shows you
Okay.
are heightening your vibration though.
Good. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you just give me a different perspective. And most likely you'll have more dreams like that. You
Oh
just
yeah.
let you know that you're on track basically.
Oh, good. It's really I like this. It's so interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, seeing things from such a different perspective that
Mhm.
it's like my mind is trying to go, okay, I don't know what's important or not
Mhm.
here, but I'll just go with it, and
Yes.
so that's why I pressed yeah.
Well, yes, you go by
Right.
what. Well, because beings find it interesting. It's like you have A or B. It's like, oh, he's going to pick A, and then you chose B, and then people are like, well, we weren't expecting that. so they just follow you through your journey. Very simple.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have James S.
Hello, greetings, Venetians.
Dreams.
Nice to speak to you.
Yes.
So I did a Kundalini meditation, the only one I've ever done, quite some years ago now, where I saw it seemed to me like a Venetian version of Lucifer, but I was told afterwards that it was a whole different planet, maybe even a different universe. And I'm not sure why I was so drawn to Lucifer for the 6-7 years, but it seemed to like just magnetize me to it, and it was beyond my even control. It's just something I was like just super curious about, and this world is obviously has a lot to do with that. How like he used to be seen as as you know the light bearer, and now it's obviously the devil. But could you tell me more, like from your perspective, what my connections are to him and why I was so drawn to it?
Well, yes, you're just basically going through different perspectives of the Luciferian energy on different worlds. The light barrier, basically, to open up knowledge, to go into the higher dimensions, or this world, to shut everything down. So this one's interesting because it's so opposite compared to the other worlds that it's connected to. So that shows you all the agendas that are trying to keep knowledge hidden here. So they're using
Right.
his energy to close it down. You know, like, oh, it's the Satan, this is all the lower dimensions also, for people to be afraid of that. If people are less afraid of the lower dimensions, they can actually unlock themselves from the earth and actually go for, things that happen a lot quicker here. Because it's basically a world, as you know, with fear thrown onto it. So, yeah, so you come from several, yes, well, it's not called Lucifer on other realities, but it's pretty much the same ideology there. So, and you've been part of that energy yourself. I mean, you had the same, kind of like you're a light bearer on other planets too. So coming here has been quite the journey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that all resonates for sure. I feel like I know him more his light side, and so I came here to get to know his dark side, but more so to like shed his, like, tell people more about the light side. You know, that everything has a light and a dark to it. All right, thank you. Are there any other messages for me from my different aspects or the angels?
Well, you're connecting much to the Arcturian energies to give it different perspectives of other worlds. While you came here, you're asked to come here to bring your different perspective here, to bring different downloads for the Earth to unlock itself. Some of it has to do with actually the banking system for the truth to come out of it. So it hasn't happened fully yet in full scale, but you've seen it on other planets as it's used to shut down a planet. That's what has the vault, to unlock the vault basically around the Earth.
Okay, interesting. All right, thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have James M.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, can you tell me if or what cities in Europe have the most Venus energy, and does London have a lot, or more is it Rome or Paris?
Venus. Well, they all have some. I mean, not most of our energies have been shut down from the Earth. Rome would have more of us, but it's not much. It's mostly Mars. Mars is everywhere. So we have some in London and some in France, but it's all Martian now. So we're here on small scale. I mean, a lot of our energies are with the female, of course, in their incarnation cycle. So, lessons.
Let's see. Also, I have dreams in London and yeah. I guess that's my second question.
What is your question about the dreams or?
What has made dreams in London?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of corruption there. It has a lot to do with the Queen, and I believe it's connected to Diana in some way. But I feel like Diana is giving you information about the Queen. You might not fully remember it, but it's giving you information about the corruption of the crown and how deep that goes into Africa and other parts of Europe, even Canada. So yeah, you're working in astral to release a lot of those contracts.
Oh, is that Princess Diana or Diana the
Yeah.
goddess?
No, Princess Diana.
I see.
You possibly see the Queen of England in your dreams, possibly, maybe, or you see a reptilian being that represents her. Whatever comes first.
Oh yeah, I have dreams where I'm like sword fighting with a reptilian woman, but it's kind of fun. But no.
That's probably her, actually.
Oh yeah, we go like in and out of water.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah, that's a very vicious, it's a trickster energy that's on the planet this time. Well, it tries to get people obedient, and it's worked very well so far. So, well, for now, at least.
I noticed British people are really like following, like they follow the higher person.
Yeah, it's
leader.
under a trance, but they gave into it. They're just not ready to take. I mean, on other planets, they have that type of mentality also, and they can be very positive worlds, and they feel like they're going in a positive direction with the Queen. Obviously, the others don't think the same. But yeah, there's always going to be there's always going to be that where people are just following the leader. So, blessings.
Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Up next, I have Braden's questions. His first question: are there any messages for me regarding the future, my future? I currently work security and was contemplating school for a law enforcement career. However, lately I am disappointed with how the police are becoming increasingly Gestapo-like, and I'm not sure if, with everything going on, if that's still a good idea. I want to help people, but not abuse rights and freedoms.
Well, you can go into that in law enforcement and bring a more positive outlook. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you don't mean you have to change your moral compass. I mean, they actually need more people like you in that position. But if it doesn't work out, you don't have to stay there, though. So, blessings.
Yep, very true. All right, question number 2. Are there any other messages for me? Thank you and blessings.
Yes, there's a timeline shift. It's follow your heart, but it does seem like, to go back to your first question, that there's things you got to try out. But of course, it's entirely up to you to know at least you have found the answer yourself. But it seems like there's many options for you, but that is one because you want to bring what's right to the world. So we feel like you will make the right decision, of course. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Christy's questions. Her first question: I saw that me and Hayden were Navajo medicine men, and we did our healing with the sand painting ritual. Were we channeling the ant people while performing those rituals, or other extraterrestrials?
Yeah, the ant people, but also the Palladians. So yes, mostly Palladian, but yeah, your assortment of energy. The ant people are probably the most ancient beings here. But yeah, the Palladians is basically to bring healing here.
Interesting. As that goes into her second question, she says, I've been connecting with my Navajo and Apache medicine men aspects, and I was sitting in one of their laps asking for healing. Do they or my Navajo Apache guides have any messages or downloads for me and Hayden at this time?
Well, as you do that, connecting to the stars, what star system talks to you? So if you do a meditation to heal that lifetime, you want to connect to Sirius, you want to connect to the Pleiades, you want to connect to Arcturus. that's showing that you had a connection to those places, and most likely lifetimes will come clear. Basically, those worlds they needed to bring their download, their knowledge here, DNA here. So that's why I need to choose to incarnate here to bring the philosophies here. So that's why I came here. So most likely those lifetimes will come more clear. Yes, it's easier to have a ship and connect to the higher dimensions, but for this planet, it's a challenging world. It's done on purpose. Well, of course, there's a lot of reptilian control around here. Not entirely, but yes, you're basically here to free the Earth. So this is like your humanitarian work you're doing here. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have April.
Greetings.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, thank you for being here. Just wondering if there was any messages from my guides regarding just my future here, like where I might live in this area. Like, will I find a house? Will I have to rent? I'm just wondering if there's anything they can tell me.
Only thing I would just say renting at first. Maybe just moving from where you are now to find a place to rent and then finding a house later on. Just to get out of the energy that you're in right now.
Yeah, that's what I need to do because I don't like it where I'm at. There's too many people. I just want to be away from people all the time, and I need to be more into nature. Yeah. Just getting really restless here.
Well, yeah, because you're feeling your empathic ability is pulling in a lot. So yes.
Yeah. Yes, that is very true. And then, okay, just any messages at my connections with you.
Well, I do see a lot of Anunnaki connections that you have actually with this world. That's why you're here. You're here to heal a lot of those timelines. You also have a lot of dolphin energy. So yes, you are very open compared to a lot of other people to heal the earth. So you're not. So basically, you can look at yourself as an open person. Not that I mean you're telling everybody your secrets or anything, but you look at how your energy is, and you can see. Oh, if I was on another planet, I'm an easy read, but I have nothing to hide either. So it kind of gives you an idea of, the Venetian connection, but also where this world's heading to. You see people are shutting themselves down. They don't want to open themselves up. And then, of course, that's why you want to connect to nature, because nature is open, of course. So.
Yeah, you just summed it up right there. It's exactly how I feel. Yeah. Everything.
All right.
So, all right.
Blessings.
Blessings. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Up next, we got Silverclaw.
Hello there.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. So my first question, I just reduced my work hours to only like 2 days because I'm going to massage school. Like, do you see holding out with enough money by the time massage school is finished?
Well, you probably have to go to 3 days. 2 days might not be enough. Yes, go ahead.
Like, do you see them like actually giving me like a third day? Because I asked today if I could come, and I don't think they needed me today. Like, do you think in the future they might need me?
Well, if you get 3 days, that'd be good. Yes.
So at least check for that.
Yeah.
Well, what about 2.5 days? Like, would they?
That's okay, but it's probably 3. I feel like the 3 days is still better, but yeah, 2.5 is it. Anything closer to 3 is good.
What about the scholarship that I'm like trying to get? Like, would that be substantial? It's like the AMTA.
Like, I think so, but it'll take some time to get it. Yes.
So it's a good thing to look into. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay. Yes. So my next question. A while ago, Ivan channeled my higher self and told me that I would meet someone I would marry. That is great. That is for me. Said she is like Asian and has curly hair. Like, am I still in trajectory to meeting her?
Of course, but you're still working on your own self at this time. So it's not 100% when it's going to occur. So you're doing a lot of, you're just putting you're figuring out where you want to be and everything first. So.
But I'm still in the timeline.
Yes. Yes.
Oh wow, fantastic. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much.
Yes. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Kathleen.
Yes, hi, hello.
Yes.
Um, there's like a news that here in Canada, the Prime Minister Trudeau, he took the second jab, and my question is, do they really take the real stuff or just fake?
No, it's the real stuff. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they actually don't know what's in them, because last time I asked, I heard there's like nanotech in.
Yeah, it was just yeah, that's the same thing though.
Yeah. Okay.
So
My second question is, I received a letter like for a census here in Canada, and I feel like I don't want to participate in this.
okay. Well, it doesn't matter if you do it or not. It's not going to cause any trouble for you.
Okay. Well, I I feel like I don't want to respond to. I don't feel like
Okay,
there's
that's fine.
any authority to govern my life, and
That's
I feel
fine.
like I want to get out of the sense of herd sheep. Like,
Okay.
yeah, okay, good. Thank you very much.
Yes. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you again for coming in. Our blessed this
Yes.
evening is me.
Yes. Blessings.
Blessings. Last webinar, an aspect of myself was described as a white-haired Iceman. And then this week, I randomly came across a video of a person called the Iceman who swims in freezing water and climbs mountains like Kilimanjaro in his shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I felt a connection with this person listening to him speak about his truths. So I'd like to ask if you can share like some more about that Iceman aspect of mine and any soul connection with the Iceman here.
Well, yeah, it's just a time where you felt more at peace with yourself. So yes, you had incarnation that's very similar to that, maybe not exactly. And like there are ice people, you can say, they're just at more of a clarity of themselves, more of a peaceful side of themselves. And so that's what you're looking for. I mean, you're reaching it, but you're going to go further into it from what I can see. So yeah, it seems to be awakening a great part of you from what I can see there.
All right, interesting. All right, thank you for that. For my second question, I'm in search of my soul group, and I've learned to appreciate solitude while I've been, in this phase of my life. But there's a lot more experiences, not just to be had, but to be shared with other people. You know what I mean? And that's why currently I'm saving most of my money for travel and a change of living environment. Do you or my guides have any messages or advice for me on manifesting a timeline where I find others like me here?
Well, yeah, most likely be next year. It will be out in we do see in a forest somewhere.
Yeah, where I have a clear view of the stars at night.
Yeah, somewhere, but it's near civilization, but maybe like an hour or two away, something like that.
All right.
So maybe not Shasta, but they haven't really. It's going to be very woody, very green. So.
Would this kind of move be, like correlated along with a change of career and, following my passion more so?
Well, it do see like you visiting it first, finding it first, and then it'll take some time to fully make that transition.
Yeah, I was thinking of making a road trip up to Alaska and things like that, but like not extended stay vacations, but more like a change of living, location. But I guess I'm kind of like on contract here in Astral to be where I'm at, because that's where the world needs me. But yeah, I guess so. You're saying my mission will be up here in this location by next year.
Yes, but they're not saying. Yeah, they're not saying exactly if you're going to move next year completely, but you will most likely find your place. They're not giving me a full detail on the timeline. Exactly.
Okay.
So you might just end up you finally get out of the house next year. Probably more like that.
Yeah, that's more so what I'm, leaning towards.
Because right
Need
now they're making it more
more
difficult.
space, like an
Mhm.
environment where I can express myself and explore, and things like that. Yeah, it's just very constricting here, but at
Well,
least it's serving a purpose. So
well, yes, you're there because a lot of archon vortexes are there. Some of it's connected to the financial. Some of it's energies that are sucking human voice. Just holding on to human energies,
yeah,
basically, because of their fear. So,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like looking for that time where life feels more like an adventure than a job.
Yeah, give it for that. Give it a couple of years, and once again, not saying exactly when, but you're on the path, though.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you again for coming in. Blessings to
Yes,
you.
blessings to you all in your journeys here. Okay, all right.